Like, literally, y'all, this is real. This is not to nobody country, but don't go there as no black woman.
I'm here right now. This is my 3rd day here. I do not recommend coming out here for multiple reasons, and I only been here for 3 days. Talking about what I felt safe here. Girl, are we the same color? Oh, it was so safe. I solo traveled here, this, that, third. Maybe you guys weren't doing it right. Do not victim blame anybody.
He got back and he drugged me out the car. Y'all ripped my whole wig. Such a traumatizing experience. One minute I'm crying, the next minute I'm happy because I'm like, dang, I really made it back home.
This country, for sure, do not try to adjust to Americans. They don't even try to learn English.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this. All right, now, a lot of you guys know right now I'm currently stationed in the Philippines. And before you travel, right, I know a lot of you guys do it as well. What do you look at? You look at the travel warnings. You want to make sure where I'm going, I'm going to be okay. Right? So I saw some of these girls' stories and I said, wait a minute. And then I did a Google search. And so one of the Google searches I did, let me show it to you guys. Travel warnings about taking taxis in Colombia, right? And then it says to ensure a safe taxi experience in Colombia, avoid hailing taxis on the street and instead use licensed app-based services like Uber or Cabify, or book taxis through your hotel or restaurant. Okay, I see that. That's good to know. Check. Mark that down. Actually, I don't need to mark it down. I'm going to remember that so I'm safe while in Colombia. The only reason I said that is because you guys see the title. Let's get into it. I want to show you guys what this is about. Think about it. I'm not trying to be mean, but when I saw this from a Google search, I Googled it and right away it popped up to me. Let's get into the video.
I am not a TikTok. I'm not an influencer. I don't have no big following page. I'm just trying to spread awareness and get people to understand like what happened, because like even for us, this feels like now that we're back home, this feels so surreal that we're literally 24 hours later back, because this does not happen. Like people do not get a chance to call their parents. Anyway, this is going to be a story about how we almost got kidnapped in Cartagena, Colombia, the first day there. So boom, I'm gonna go back in the story and tell y'all like every single sign that we had that should have told us not to even go. But like we're just gonna talk about the night. So my friend Janae and Lex, they're both TikTok famous, but Janae has a friend that was in Cartagena with us, like not with us, but she just happened to come on the same week as us because it's spring break. So she invited us to this bus party, like this bus tour. And she picked us up from a resort because she had a private driver. Like she had her own driver and she knew him. They was contacting each other like before the trip even happened. So she felt comfortable with him coming to get us as well. Cause although we were staying at a resort and we could have got a taxi or a cab with them, it just made sense since we're all going together that, you know, boom, we're just gonna ride together. So they come pick us up. We're in the party bus. It's not even a party bus. Like, yes, there's music playing, but it wasn't like we were getting drunk. Let that be very known. We were not getting drunk. Yes, we might have been drinking, but it was a snoring off, like a 2% alcohol beverage. Like, it was nothing. So after the party bus, after the bus tour, mind you, we went around the city 2 times, and the whole time we were going around the city, people kept stopping. That we made stops and you were able to get like drinks, and you were like they were passing out beer, and we made a pit stop to pee, y'all. We had to pay to piss, but like that's besides the point. So we, after the bus tour was done, they had stopped at a club. We didn't go inside the club. We went to the restaurant next to it because all we kept talking about was being hungry because the resort food was not good. We really haven't ate. Like I said, I'm going to go in the backstory and tell y'all like how the experience was getting there, because I will explain to y'all like why we were so determined on getting something to eat. we had kind of made a list of places to go. Like I said, I don't be on TikTok, but I had looked up on TikTok Cartagena Black Girl restaurants, like things for us to do, while we're out there. Be prepared. Like, you don't want to just go to a country and not know not a thing, and you just looking and doing it. So we did things the right way, and we went to the restaurant that we had looked up. Like, I can tell y'all the place. If y'all look it up, there's so many black people going to that restaurant.
All right, so it sounds like you Googled or looked up the restaurant, but you didn't look up the travel warnings. Obviously, I want to see evidence of that.
We went to the restaurant. The man gave us the menu on the drink menu side, and then he flipped it. All we ordered was food. All we drank was water. We were not drunk. We were sober. We were alert. And like, y'all, like what's the word? When it's like we were talking about what was happening?
Foreshadowing.
The foreshadowing that we was doing. Like, we was talking about a whole different event. And I'm the one that said, if my friends are ever in danger, it don't matter, like, boy, girl, woman, man, anything. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. If y'all do anything towards my friends, I'm on defense mode. Like, we had a circumstance where I literally was protecting my friend with my fist. Like, I do whatever I gotta do for the people that I love. So we talked about that, and we went home. Like, we were going home. We saw a taxi, and he said $50, but he was super, super eager, y'all. Like, super, super, super eager. He was so eager for us to go. So we was like, nah. Like, first of all, the $50 was a red flag because it was only a 23-minute drive. But again, it was like 1 o'clock. So I guess when we went to the second driver, the driver that we picked him, y'all. We picked him. The driver that we picked, he told us $50 too. We looking like, okay, y'all, this might be like how much we gotta pay. We just gotta pay. We want to go home. We want to go home, be safe. So we just did it, right? Boom. Janae in the passenger seat. I'm in the back seat behind the driver, and Lex is next to me in the back seat behind Janae, kind of diagonal to the taxi driver. Okay, part 2 coming soon.
All right, so what happened there? You guys already know. They didn't look up. Now, obviously, she didn't look up the travel warnings. Because just from what I've showed you guys, it said, don't book a yellow taxi. That's why all the guys were saying $50, and probably drove you around the kingdom to took you to Neverland in Colombia, and you're like, am I gonna get kidnapped? Right? The reason why you feel like that, number one, you don't speak the language. They probably weren't even trying to kidnap you. They probably were there. There's a lot of stories that happen to ladies, but yeah, let's see what the next one got to say.
In Colombia, because the first night we was out there, we almost got kidnapped. Like, literally, y'all. This is real. This is not to nobody country, but don't go there as no black woman. They target young girls. Their ratio is 80-20 when it comes to male and female. Like, it just wasn't safe out there. So I gotta start from the whole beginning, and I don't want nobody telling me, oh, I've been there before, I never experienced that. Don't discredit what happened to me, and don't try to undermine that. Therapy, this is very traumatic what happened to us. So let's start with the delays. It was so many delays even trying to get to Colombia. If y'all watch my other stuff, we missed our first flight. Okay, cool. We were supposed to get to Colombia at 12 p.m. We didn't get to Colombia until 10:30 p.m. that same night. All right, so basically, like, our first full day, this happened to us. So I meet Kalia Denise. Y'all know her. That's my mutual out there. I said, oh, damn. Colombia too, let's link. So she said she gonna have her driver pick us up. I took some pictures. That's where I could see those videos. This happened that day. Like, it happened literally our only day in Colombia. So we went on the party bus. We cool. We drinking their beers. We're talking. We're laughing and stuff. When we stopped to our first stop to the locals, they trying to sell us the green stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, we was thinking about purchasing, but it looked like the how it looked and the price of it, he was trying to like sell it to us. We were just like, nah, we don't need it that bad. We bought like a fan, we bought maracas and like a satchel or whatever. So this, like, after we got off the party bus, everything went haywire. So we got off the party bus. Khalil was like, do y'all need a oh, I forgot to add this part. When I told Kalia how many delays we had, she was like, oh girl, I would have went home. So now all of this, it was so many foreshadowing events that happened. When we told her we didn't want to ride with her driver anymore, because that's how we got to the city. Her driver took us. She has a personal driver. That's why she stayed in Colombia. When we got there, we was like, no, we'll just go by ourselves to the club, and then we'll just get a ride back. We'll take a yellow taxi. you're not supposed to take a yellow taxi out there. They tell you the locals will tell you that Uber is illegal because it doesn't give you tangible evidence on who they are and how to track them. So that's how we got into that's how that happened. My bad. Let me get my train of thought.
From what I've seen, the Ubers are fine. Of course, they're going to tell you what they want you to believe. That's their job. A scammer's job is to scam. Let's get into the next one.
But as a black woman who loves to travel, I do not recommend coming to Colombia. And I'm here right now. This is my third day here. I do not recommend coming out here for multiple reasons. And I only been here for 3 days. And this is the beginning of my third day. I feel like as a black woman here, you're extremely targeted. Targeted in terms of being scammed, in terms of being trafficked, in terms of being robbed, in terms of being kidnapped. Like, I wouldn't even come out here as a solo traveler. Like, I'm not coming back here for real. I had 3 friends that only been here for 24 hours and almost got kidnapped. They're on the next flight back home. And that's not my story to tell, so I'm gonna let her tell it to you when she gets herself together and, you know, she's fine. The yellow taxi cabs, they're not to be trusted. You can't take Ubers and Lyft out here because it's illegal. It's like if you don't have a driver or somebody that knows the area, don't come out here. Like, I have a driver. By the grace of God, like, I found somebody before I came out here, and I trust him with my life because he's been making sure I've been good since I got here. I have not walked into a store, into an excursion without him coming inside with me or without him taking there. And every time it's time for me to be picked up, he's 15 minutes early. He do not play about us. This country is legitimately 80% men, probably 20% women. You see, when y'all be going to these little like DR, Jamaica, you guys can wear your little bathing suits with their cover. I didn't even feel comfortable enough to walk around with my bathing suit and a cover up out. I feel like I was literally a walking target. Like, I feel like people thought I was selling myself. And then on top of that, this country for sure do not try to adjust to Americans. They don't even try to learn English. Like, a lot of them really don't try to learn English at all. They're just gonna hit you with a Google Translate and put that phone in your face. My security downstairs and where I'm staying at, they don't know not a lick of English. All they know is passport number for us to get in. And that's another thing. They require your passport number for everything. They require your passport number to get into your hotel. They require your passport number to book some of the restaurants. They require your passport number to book your excursions. They ask for your first name, your last name, and your passport number for literally everything. And then I know they have like the people that be trying to sell things to you, like the little people that be in the streets that try to sell things to you. They're so, like, I understand, like, when I seen videos and people saying like, oh, they're annoying, like they don't know how to leave you alone. No. It's more than just annoyance. Like, they will shove these things in your face and you can say no. And I'm from New York. Like, I know how to say no to anybody. They're not going to walk away from you, bro. They'll put it in your face like, here. Nothing out here is free. If they sing to you, that's not free. If they dance for you, that's not free. If you want to take a picture, that's not free. Don't touch nothing. Don't accept no free samples. Because once you touch it, they're going to tell you to pay for it. My first day here, 2 girls from North Carolina told me they got scammed out of $1,100. They tried to charge their card $1,100 for 2 chairs, 2 margaritas, and like a lobster dinner. $1,100 US. 20 of them surrounded them on the was like, oh no, we're gonna call policia, and they did not give a it was just like, okay, call the police in Spanish. They was like, okay, whatever. They ended up settling for giving them $400 US in cash. This is not a place where you can pull your money out because they're gonna target you. If you buy from one vendor, they're gonna all swarm you until you try to buy from all of them. Don't make no eye contact with them, no nothing. The catcalling it does not stop. It does not stop. Like, this is the first place that I really feel like I want to wear all my long dresses. I don't want to wear nothing revealing, no nothing, because it's literally 80% men out here, 20% women. The trafficking ring out here is so freaking high. Like, I was supposed to go to the club tonight. I don't even think I want to go no more. The scenery is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. The food is beautiful. I have met so many beautiful people, but this is somewhere I will not recommend any black woman to go to unless you're going in a group that includes men. Like, unless you have many in a group. And if you're going in a group of girls, like my friends that almost got kidnapped yesterday, it was 3 of them. And they bigger than me. Like, they're big, hefty, like they could pack a punch. It's 3 of them. I wouldn't even recommend like a girls trip here, like, at all. Like, there's so many other countries that you guys can go to that's so welcoming to like black women and Americans. This is not the country for that. This is a great guys trip. This is not the country for that. There's not even enough, like, even as a guy, like, there's not even women out here for y'all to even come out here. Like, no. The way they treat Spanish tourists and white tourists is not the same way how they treat black people. It's not. Like, they don't bother them as much. They don't target them as much. They don't be in their face as much. Bro, we were sitting on a party bus, and they were trying to offer us to smoke weed. I haven't seen not one person smoke a weed in this country. Not one person. I haven't seen a vape. I haven't seen a cigarette. I haven't seen nobody smoking since I got here. And you trying to sell us weed? It's giving you want to lace us. Like, all of this is weird, bro. Like I said, I traveled to a lot of different countries, and y'all be seeing my TikToks. Colombia is not somewhere I'm going to come back again. So far, I'm having a great time in terms of that. But, like, my friend's situation just scared the me, low-key. I'm just happy, like I said, I have a trusted driver who's been taking me around. Like, I haven't been booking no taxis, no Ubers, no nothing, and he stays with us. And every excursion that we really booked, most of it was like through Airbnb or through him, and I've done spoken to these people, so I know we'll be fine until it's time for us to go back home. But no, never again, never.
Yeah, you know what's wild? She went with her boyfriend, by the way, but she saw that there's no my body, my choice in Colombia. There's no equal opportunity employer in Colombia. There's no, I speak English. Of course they don't care to speak English. It's Colombia. It's not the Philippines, right? You don't got a bunch of people sitting there that take English courses. It's not the same. You want that, go to a country like that. And this is the thing, right? They're all saying I almost got kidnapped, but nobody was kidnapped. Isn't that a little weird? A lot of almost. Oh, almost got. Next one, almost got. They don't understand what they're saying. When you don't understand what people are saying, that's what it feels like. It feels like you are about to get kidnapped.
Here right now in my bed, it's so surreal to me. You know why? Because I survived a kidnap attempt with my friends in Cartagena, Colombia.
All right, so I had to cut my birthday trip short in Colombia because the first night we was out there, we almost got kidnapped. Like, literally, y'all. This is real. This is not to nobody country.
And now y'all can go and watch, like, damn, I think my throat hurt from all this yelling I was doing yesterday. But now y'all can go and watch their videos and understand why I'm telling y'all, like, that was not my story to tell. Like, y'all was trying to get me to go in details. That is not my story to tell. That was a very traumatic experience. I wasn't sure if they was going to come out about it or whatever the case may be. But for y'all to sit here and be like, well, I was very safe. This never happened to me. I felt very safe here. Just because it did not happen to you does not mean it can't happen. And then I see a lot of people in the comments, not even in the demographic that I was talking about well, I felt safe here. Girl, are we the same color? I don't think so. It has nothing to do with, oh, there's black people in Colombia, there's Afro-Latinos in Colombia. That has nothing to do with what I was talking about. I'm talking about when we went out that night and there was 5 black girls on that bus. The only people these men were harassing was us. And we were the only 5 black girls on the bus. That's what I'm talking about. And then I also saw comments saying like, oh, why didn't you leave with your friends? If you listen to the story,
I want to touch base on that. I think what happened, they saw you were black girls, not Afro-Latinas. And they were trying you. If it was Spanish guys, oh yeah, I heard this about the black girls. They were trying. They were being aggressive. They most likely can be aggressive with the woman there. Let me let her finish.
Coincidentally met up in Cartagena, Colombia. We didn't book a trip together. We were staying on 2 different sides of the city. We had 2 different hosts. Like everything, we just coincidentally ended up in the same country. By the grace of God, like I told you guys, I had a male friend from New York that put me onto his drive that was out here who also had lived in New York at that time, and I'm from New York. So he speaks English, and he's making sure that we're okay out here while we're out here. He has done nothing but made us feel completely safe. But just because I feel safe with this man does not take away from the fact that these girls was without my driver for just a few hours and something happened to them. Every time that I go out, I'm with my driver. We went to the club yesterday. He sat in the club the whole time like a bodyguard. Did not move. Did not keep his eyes off of me. Held my purse the whole time. Watched our drinks the whole time. He was not playing about us. We went to 3 different bars. He sat down in that bar with us. And that's why I was telling y'all, like, that's the only reason why I was comfortable to go. When we go out to eat, he drops us off at the restaurant within an hour and a half. Once I text him, okay, we paid for the bill, he's back right in front of the restaurant to pick us up and take us somewhere else or take us back home. We have not done nothing without that man at all. It was 3 of them, and something happened to them. Like, and it's 2 of us. And me and my friend are like 100 pounds, 200 pounds combined, probably soaking wet. So I really would appreciate y'all stop coming in my comments talking about like, oh, it was so safe, I solo traveled here, this, that, third. Maybe you guys weren't doing it right. Do not victim blame anybody. There should have been no problem with her booking a taxi and going home safely. And this is why I said I made my video about what not to do out here, because there was no video that said, don't trust the yellow taxis, don't go in there. But every video that I did look up said we weren't allowed to book Ubers. Even when I was on the plane, this guy told us, don't book the Ubers. The Ubers are illegal out there. You can get in trouble. So I was going based off of what I knew, like based off the information I was hearing. I tried to look it up. It never said Ubers weren't illegal. And I booked my ride. And then some people was like, oh, you got scammed by a man because why did you pay $300? First of all, it was $300 including a nice tip. Because not only did he drive us around, but he went everywhere with us. Every ride was $10. $10. Everywhere he took us was only $10. That was not a scam. Every time he took us outside, yes, people will call us beautiful, but nobody was in our face when we weren't with him. This is why I be saying listening is fundamental. Reading is fundamental. When I said 2 girls got scammed, I wasn't referring to them and I wasn't referring to us. 2 girls, 2 black girls on the first night when we had first got there, while we were sitting at their excursion, they were waiting for the cops because they got scammed out of almost $1,100, but they ended up getting scammed for $400 because they had to negotiate the hell out of the price with about 20 men hustling and surrounding them at the beach. That's the situation. So no, we weren't trying to discredit the country. The country is beautiful. The food was beautiful. When we was on that party bus, we still had a great time. There was a group of us, but that does not mean there's certain factors that's in the city that makes you feel a little bit more unsafe compared to the other 10, 20 countries that I've been to. So yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to stop being insensitive and wake and get a reality check, because like I said, just because it hasn't happened to you yet doesn't mean it can't happen. Just be grateful that nothing has happened to you while you've been solo traveling, while you've been traveling around in these countries or whatever the case may be. Because who the hell would have thought 3 girls, 1 guy, and something would have happened? Like, let's be for real.
You know what's the funny thing? I'm from New York too. But look at the difference, right? I'm 43. What is she? Maybe 23? It's a whole different time. I come from the grimy New York era. She comes from the my latte, chilling in the city, getting some food with my latte. Of course, she doesn't talk like that. She's most likely from the hood, but she doesn't come from the grimy times. She doesn't understand the grimy times. Yes, she could have came from the projects, but she's from there. She never walked through a projects where guys she didn't know were protecting it and just walked through there alone. Like, she don't understand the gritty and the rawness of New York. So when she says she's from New York, it's like, okay, so they did things to make you uncomfortable and you caved. I understand why you caved. You caved because you're a female. That's why you caved. And if you were male, same thing would have happened, because you're not from the grimy times. Easy times make what? Easy times make hard situations. Or I forgot how it goes. And hard times make things easy. And you're showing it. You come from an easy time. You got out there. You don't speak the language. That's where you went wrong. And you didn't search what I just searched. I just showed guys. I searched it. It says no yellow taxis. Ubers are fine. Don't listen to what nobody's saying. They probably trying to set you up to get got. Yes, people on there smiling. Hey, no, taxi, yellow taxi. Don't take Uber. It's illegal. Go get robbed.
The fact that I'm laying right here, right now in my bed is so surreal to me. You know why? Because I survived a kidnap attempt with my friends in Cartagena, Colombia. Excuse my lashes, y'all. I keep crying. Like, this is something that is so traumatizing to me. And I just decided to share my story because I know so many people who travel and you never would think that it would be you. This is going to be a simplified version. I already told the full story on my Instagram, but I just wanted to share it on TikTok as well. So this should just be a shorter version. So me and my friends met up with a mutual friend that just so happened to be in Colombia. We decided to do a party bus tour. Once the party bus was over, they did leave with their private driver because they had a meal to go eat with their.
Another one did a party bus. I haven't even taken a look at the travel warning myself, but I'm sure it may say, beware of certain things. And she didn't look it up.
Stuff, and we was just like, okay, well, we're gonna go grab some food because the food at our resort was nasty. So we end up going to Casa Palenque. Now, this is not like a random area. Tourists go here all the time. When I tell y'all, it's kind of like, I want to say like a Bourbon Street. I don't know if y'all ever been to New Orleans, but it's basically like a strip. Like, it's a lot of people out there. There's vendors. Like, it was a public place. So we ate. I had me a little hookah. My phone did get stolen, so I'm going to include as much pictures as I can, but I really don't have anything to show y'all. So once it was time to go, there's taxis, like, all over the place, like, to take you home. If you go to Cartagena, Colombia, do not trust the yellow taxis whatsoever. The first taxi we went to was trying to charge us $50, and we was like, no, we don't want the $50. After that, we went with the second taxi, and it's crazy because he charged us $50 too, but we was just like, at that point, it was like, okay, honestly, if we keep trying, they're all going to charge us $50. We just wanted to get home. Our hotel was about 30 minutes from where we were at in the city. So we was just like, okay, forget it. We're going to go ahead and take it. So we told him where we were going, and he said, okay. He never put in his GPS. We just took that to his city. I know my way around my city without a GPS, so that's why we didn't think anything of it. Come back for part 2. Surviving my kidnapped attempt in Cartagena, Colombia. So people told us that the Ubers was illegal. That is the only reason we were taking taxi. How we knew that Ubers weren't illegal, we would not have took a taxi. We just thought that it made sense to take, what was legal. We weren't trying to get in trouble in a foreign country. So I'm not going to go into deep details as far as the red flags. I'm just going to give y'all all the red flags that we seen, which led up to the event, and then I'm going to tell y'all the event. First red flag, he did not use the GPS. We assumed that he knew where he was going because this was his city. We told him where we needed to go, but we did put in our GPS the hotel resort so that we could track it. We did that anytime we got in a car with anybody because I don't know, that's just how I am. Even if I take an Uber back home here where I'm from. Number 2, he kept looking back at me. My friend sat in the passenger side. I sat behind her, and my other friend sat in the seat behind him. He kept looking back the whole ride. I didn't know. I'm not going to lie. Colombians, they were flirtatious, very flirtatious. So I didn't know what he was on, but I didn't say anything to him. He did not talk the entire time. Let's start there. He didn't say a word. He kept taking wrong turns. My friend had to tell him, like, hey, no, you're supposed to keep straight because he kept trying to take a left. Oh, no, make a right. Like, our time went up from 23 minutes. We were 23 minutes away from our hotel. It went up to, like, 25. And then it started going down from there. My friend who was in the front seat, of course, she could see more what's going on in the front. She said that when he was supposed to make a U-turn, which you would have to be in the left-hand lane, he tried to get in the right, and she told him, like, hey, no, you need to get in the left lane. Another thing, anytime you go to foreign countries, when you're in a car with them, they drive hella fast. Like, they have bad road rage. This man was driving slow. It took, like, a 23-minute ride. It took us about 35 minutes to get there. So now, to the attempt. We literally were 5 minutes away from our hotel, y'all. This man drove us 30 minutes. We were 5 minutes away from our hotel. Out of nowhere. Mind y'all, this was a stick shift car. I did mention when we first got in the car, I was like, y'all, I wish I knew how to drive a stick shift. Not knowing that we would actually have to attempt to try to drive a stick shift. He changed the gear and immediately grabbed behind him, reached my phone and reached my friend's phone in the passenger seat. My other friend who was sitting behind him, she was sleeping. So I'm assuming that's why he didn't try to grab her phone as well. Regardless, he has 2 hands, so, even if he did try, it wouldn't have worked. Immediately after, instincts kicked in. I attacked him, she attacked him. So it's 3 of us attacking him from different directions. I feel like he did not expect this to happen at all. Like, he did not expect us to put up a fight like that, y'all. We were going in on him. So at this point, he's trapped in the corner, the driver's side of the car. So he jumps out the car. So at this point, since he can't have all 3 of us, he's at least trying to take one of us. So he comes to the back side of the car. He tries to drag my friend out the car. I told them, I said, y'all, we need to stay together. We're either all going to be in this car or we're all going to get out this car. So he keeps trying to drag her out the car. I'm pulling her back in. He tries that for a good 5 minutes. He couldn't get her out. After that, he comes to my side. Y'all, I got the most damage. Like, he kept hitting me the most. I don't know if it's because I was attacking him the most or what, but y'all, he kicked me in my chest. Y'all, he had steel toe boots on. He kicked me and my friend.
You know what it sounds like so far? It sounds like he was trying to. This is what taxi drivers do. You guys know it happens in every country. They'll have you in a car and they will try to rank up the meter to make you pay a lot of money. That's what they do. And that's what it sounds like he was doing. And then he tried to steal a phone. I don't think he was going to harm them. So I don't think they were going to get kidnapped. I think he was going to drop them off. But they were asleep. He was a thug. So he tried to steal a phone. Who knows? Maybe he would have kidnapped him. But I doubt it. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm not trying to victim blame. I'm not. But there's a lot of steps missing. Like, for instance, looking and seeing, don't take a yellow cab. It's one of them.
In the chest, actually, but he kicked me in my chest. He dragged me out the car with my wig. My friend pulling me in. She pulled me in, so that pulled him back in. When he got in, he's like hitting me. He's hitting me in my chest, y'all. So at this point, I'm just literally trying anything just to get out of this situation. Y'all, I bit him. Not only did I grab his balls, I twisted them, and I just kept twisting and twisting and twisting. And eventually, he just backed up off of me. So then he tried my last friend. She must have went in on him so bad, y'all. Her nails, her raw meat is showing. I have the picture of that, so I'm going to put that in here. Her raw meat is showing on her nails, like, y'all. So eventually, he gave up on that, and he went back to the front. But once all these attacks did not work, y'all, eventually he tried to get back in the car. My friend is in the front. Oh, when he tried to attack me, my friend's in the front trying to drive the car. We were trying to, get out at least out of the situation. And once he realized that worked, he got back in the car, and we were trying to lock the car. We don't know how to work a foreign car, and I feel so helpless in this situation. And y'all, we are on a pitch black road, no street lights, nothing. So he was trying to drive again. We started attacking him again. You're not going nowhere with us, sir. So eventually he got back and he drugged me out the car. Y'all, ripped my whole wig off of me. My knee is scraped up. So then my friends hopped out the car. We all hopped out the car. So all of our phones are in the car at this point. We're on a pitch black road. So my friend is still trying to get our phones. And she was hanging on the door as he was driving. He kept trying to brake check. She was trying to get our phones so bad because we did not know where we were going to go. We're in the middle of nowhere in a foreign country. We were terrified after he just took our phones, attacked us. So once that did not work, he ended up driving off. I don't want to make this part too long, so come back to part 4. I'm trying to make that the last part. How me and my friends survived a kidnap attempt in Cartagena, Colombia. So immediately, y'all, I'm a mom. My instincts just automatically click in. I'm like, y'all, I understand y'all want y'all phones, but we have to go. He may have somebody waiting to come get us. You don't know who he has with him, accomplices or what. So I'm like, y'all, we got to run. So we just started running, y'all. We just kept running. All of a sudden, somebody on a motorcycle came. I was like, y'all, no, don't talk to him. We just kept going. And I realized it was a security guard. He was trying to help us. Right to that point, y'all, we have no shoes. We have no phones. My wig is off my head. We just have nothing. We realized it was a security station. They helped us. At first, we were not trusting of them. We did not want to. It was a language barrier, so we could not communicate with them. They were trying to communicate with us through Google Translate. I didn't know if they were in on it, so I did not want to communicate with them. But eventually, we realized I just was praying the entire time. Honestly, when we were running the entire time, I was praying. I was like, God, just thank you, Lord. God, just give me discernment. Lord, give us guidance. I was just like, God, just please let us make it back home to our families. We were all on the same court that if we made it back to that hotel, we were leaving on the first flight out back to Houston. So yeah, eventually, the security people, they got in contact with our hotel and they were able to send a car to come get us. When the car came, it was untagged, y'all. I was not playing with them. He was like, no, y'all, come on, let's get in the car, whatever. And I was like, no, if y'all security guards are not getting in this car with us, we're not going. We will walk back to this hotel because we knew how to get there. It was just a dark pitch black road, nothing but trees, woods, like, we're scared. The security guard was like, yeah, we'll come. He tried to get in the front. I said, no, you're getting in this back seat, mister. Y'all, we made him ride in between us. I made my friend get in the front seat. We had our windows down in the back seat in case we needed to jump out that car, but we made it back to the hotel safe, y'all, immediately. We just, like, broke down. We were hugging each other. Like, we could not sleep. This is just, like, such a traumatizing experience. Everybody keep telling us, like, we need to contact the police, the embassy, and everything. Everybody just, it was a lot. The police came. They eventually went to go check the scene out. And one of my friends, her phone was left inside the car because he did not take her phone. She was sleeping. So we had her updated location. Even still to right now, we can see her updated location because her phone isn't dead. Y'all, they went there. They showed us a random man. They said it was 3 taxis in that apartment complex. They showed us a random man driver. It wasn't him, but they never showed us 2 other drivers. So honestly, I feel like the police was in on it. They tried to actually get us to leave with the police. They said we have to go with him to go with them to identify the man, and we refused. I told them we're not going anywhere. Like, if I go anywhere, it's going to be me leaving here to go to the airport to go home. And I'm so glad I didn't, because they could have been in on it. Like, they didn't show us the guy. Y'all showed us one person, but y'all said it was 3 taxis there. Weird.
Man, I'm happy to touch base on this because number one, you didn't speak the language. That's what led to the fear. It did. And I remember when I first came to the Philippines, I didn't speak Tagalog. I was scared to death. This is around 2015, before the Duterte era. So drugs was running rampant. I remember one time I was in Quezon City. Little girl ran up to the car in Shabu, banging on the door. I was scared. Now, I wasn't that scared. It sounds like, well, it doesn't sound like you guys were terrified. And rightfully so. I think he was just trying to rack up taxi fees. That's what all of them are trying to do to you. All of the yellow cabs. I don't think they're out there trying to commit murder and kidnap like that. They're just trying to rack up a large taxi bill to see if they can get you $50 or $100. Just like the other girl, right? The people went to scam them, tried to get them out of 2,100, and then only got them for 400. I do believe everybody out there is trying to run a scam, but I don't think they were trying to harm you. But I'd say this: I'm happy you're safe, and the fact that you made it out alive shows nobody was most likely trying to kidnap you.
Cartagena and Colombia. So y'all, honestly, with this situation, when I told the story on Instagram, I thought I was good. I thought I was over it. A couple hours had went by. It was about 12 hours later. I thought it was fine. Mind y'all, we literally had only been to Colombia for 24 hours at this point. We arrived in Colombia at 10:30 p.m. on Monday. This happened Tuesday at 1:38 in the morning. We were literally texting each other in the ride the entire time, which is crazy because we were literally had just joked about, like, I told her, I said, he acting weird. If he tries something, we're going to take his car. Not knowing that a minute later, he would snatch our phones and we could have been traffic, y'all. He literally had 3 motorcycles waiting down the road, but because we had passed them up and beat him up to that point, they didn't come to that point because we were so close to where the security was. They did not want us to get caught. I just want to tell anybody who decides to go to Cartagena, Colombia, if you ever decide, get a private driver. Honestly, I wouldn't even trust the street food. Get you a private chef. Like, do not trust the yellow taxis. Do not go anywhere by yourself. Keep the communication with those people to a bare minimum because they scam. Even when we bought stuff off the street, y'all, they kept trying to scam us and overcharge us. This man tried to sell my friend some gas, some Zaza. He wanted $50 for 3.5 or 3.5. Do you think we're agreeing? Mind you, nobody out there was smoking. That was skeptical. He told me, I got that sticky icky. No, you kept your sticky and your icky because nobody wants that. My biggest fear was going out here and getting like a stomach bug. I didn't got kidnapped. That was the least of my worries. Like, this is just such a traumatizing experience. 1 minute I'm crying, the next minute I'm happy because I'm like, dang, I really made it back home. I just keep thinking about how so many people do not make it back home, and nobody understands how I feel in this situation except my 2 friends who were there with me. It's so many emotions, y'all. I'm paranoid. Like, I got off the plane, I'm checking over my shoulder like, I know I'm going to have to go to therapy for this situation because it's so traumatizing. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. My voice is going in and out because I keep crying. Like, this is just such a devastating experience, and it makes me want to set out on traveling. We literally had another trip booked for May. This literally makes me want to sit out on traveling. We've said forget the trip, forget the money we spent. Y'all, we spent so much money on this trip. It's just not even worth it. Be safe, watch your surroundings, and if you don't know how to defend yourself, please have self-defense, because if it wasn't for us self-defending ourselves, that man probably would have been able to get us. He was not expecting that at all. Like, he just kept looking at us like he was in shock. We fought back for our lives, and I will do it again if I have to. If I had a weapon, I would have defended myself if I had to. Please just be cautious, y'all, as a young female, like, anywhere, because men do not have the same experience in these foreign countries that we have.
Men that do have the same experience. That's what you're not aware of. I've heard so many stories of guys being in Colombia and jumping out of moving cars. It's wild. These things happen. And I remember when I was making passport bro videos back in the day, right? Not really back in the day, I would say like around 11 months ago. About a year, but 11 months. And I told guys before, don't go to Colombia. I said the same thing now. You're a lady going to Colombia. Y'all can't fight. Like, imagine if it was a real guy that can handle you. You would have been handled. Even with just a fist, you would have been handled. But at any point, I don't feel threatened. And I'm sure if I was in Colombia, I wouldn't feel threatened as well until it actually happens. But until then, it's false evidence appearing real, because I would make sure I look up all the travel advisories. I would stay in tune with everything happening around me. I wouldn't take any party buses, because all you ladies said the same thing. I got in a party bus. I took a yellow cab. I got in a party bus and I was on a party bus. Then I took a yellow cab. So you probably did 2, 3 things wrong and wondering why you had such a hard time. When nobody probably takes party buses. Nobody takes cabs, most definitely, but nobody probably takes party buses. And you did both. And both of your experiences were crap. Just go figure, right? But yeah, guys, thank y'all for watching. Peace out. See you next video.